Welcome to Uxbridge Scugog Life. I'm your host, Jackie Hermans. I want to say congratulations to the Oshawa Generals for an amazing season. They didn't get the ultimate goal, but they had a fabulous season, and I want to say congratulations to London. So we have a great show here. Gwen Tuneman, who is a local author, will be on the show talking about her new book that she just launched called Unrest. We also have Peter Daphos from Rogers Cable talking about some new services. And we have Caitlin from the Uxbridge Museum talking about the upcoming Lucy Maud Montgomery Tea and a monthly market that has recently started. All that and more on Uxbridge Scugog Life. Make sure you keep on watching.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
This is a man's heart, a heart in desperate need of medical attention. But because 78% of Indigenous people experience racism in healthcare, he may not get the help he needs. Become an ally. Rise above racism in healthcare.
Hello, I'm Judy Tate, host and producer of At the Heart of Business. Join me each week as we speak with women in business about their challenges and their successes. At the Heart of Business, right here on Rogers TV Durham.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. I had Caitlin Jones in the house, and she is the Uxbridge Museum curator and the tourism coordinator.
Yeah,
that's a long title. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, I'm excited for you to be here too, because you have some exciting events coming up. So one of which has to do with Lucy Maud Montgomery.
Yeah.
So give us a little bit more information about that.
Of course, yeah. So on June 1st, we're holding a Lucy Maud Montgomery tea party to celebrate the 150th anniversary of her birth. Lucy Maud Montgomery was a prolific Canadian author. She wrote collections like Anne of Green Gables, which I know a lot of people are familiar with. So we have partnered with the Lucy Maud Montgomery Society of Ontario, which runs the Leaksdale Manse, and they are really excited to partner with us on this, and we have a full day with lots of fun things planned.
Okay, so give us an idea of some of the things to expect. So are you, one of the things is making tea, right?
Yeah. So we have a heritage herb garden on site. So part of the day, it's from 12 to 3. Part of the day includes a tour of our new exhibit, which is called Lucy Maud. It's actually called From Fields to Paper, Lucy Maud Montgomery's Literary Garden. So that's our big unveiling for that day. And then we will give them a tour. Then they'll get to go to the herb garden and harvest some of the herbs to make tea themselves in our schoolhouse, which turns 100 this year, actually.
Very cool.
And then there's going to be surprise visits from Lucy Maud herself and Anne of Green Gables.
From the dead.
Yes, they're coming back for this day. They're really excited to be there.
Oh, so cool. So we're having some role playing and everything happening as well. So that is amazing.
Nice, authentic costumes. So
nice. Okay, is there a cost for it?
There is, yes. There's a youth fee, it's $10.50, and then there's an adult fee, which is $12.
Okay, amazing. Now, I understand you have another exciting monthly event that is actually starting when we're taping this. It's supposed to be the first evening of it, but this is going to be airing the following week. So tell us about this market that you have.
Yeah, so we've started the museum monthly market. It's on the third Thursday of every month from 3 to 7 p.m. Right now we have 20-ish plus vendors, so we're hoping it will grow as well. But we just wanted to give artisans, vendors, farmers another outlet to connect with their community, maybe meet some new people, and showcase the site as well, because the Uxbridge Historical Center is a beautiful site. We have the best view in all of Uxbridge, of the Uxbridge Valley, so we want to utilize it as much as possible and get the community to the grounds as much as possible so they can appreciate it.
Nice. Okay, so in addition to farmers having their crops there, what other types of vendors are going to be there?
So I know we have a tree carver, a timber ripper. He did a carving actually on our site last year when we unveiled our tree carving at the front of the site with the two hands called Together. So he's coming with a bunch of his works of art. He carves wood into things like bears, eagles, really anything you want. He's really talented. And then we have people who make homemade candles, like soy candles, maybe like wooden paddles, lots of people with honey as well. So there's a lot of things to choose from. There's something for everything. There's also a hot sauce guy, Hurt Berry Farms Incorporated, if you don't know. I think he's from Port Perry, but he makes incredible hot sauce, so he'll be there as well.
Very cool. Okay, so this is happening once a month on Thursdays from 3 to 7. Is it an outdoor market or an indoor market?
It's outdoor, yeah. So we have beautiful grounds. We have a beautiful gazebo outside. They'll be set up out there. We also have horseshoe pitches outside. So we're hoping guests can come and meet some new vendors, maybe find a new favorite product, and then enjoy the rest of the grounds.
Okay, that's amazing. Anything else happening, either moving into the summer or during the summer that you want to share? Yeah,
the museum opens officially today, which is May 16th. So we'll be open from Wednesday to Sunday from 10 to 5 for tours. Last admission's at 4 p.m. though. We're really excited. We have a lot of workshops planned for the summer, a lot of print shop workshops. We have one planned with a local artist who's doing jelly print as well, so that one's a really cool workshop. We have ghost tours coming up in August. I believe that's August 16th. That's a really popular event for us. It usually sells out pretty fast.
Oh, very cool.
And we run summer camps in the summer as well. So the month of July, we do 4 weeks of summer camps.
Okay, that's exciting. And so is it time right now to register for the summer camps?
That opened a while ago. I believe they might be all sold out, but we always encourage people to join the wait list because people always, their plans change, they may drop out, and then a spot opens up. So our themes are really cool too. We have 2 that are called Zoo to You, like animal themed. So the company Zoo to You comes for one of the days and they bring a bunch of animals for the children to like learn from and not really play with, but like see, hold, and experience.
Very cool. That is amazing.
Yeah.
So what is the website that people can go to make sure that, they can get everything in their calendar, they can see what's going on, get tickets or register or whatever?
So there's 2 websites they could go to.
Okay.
They could go to the museum's website, which is uxbridgehistoricalcenter.com, and then go to our events page and they'll all be listed there. You can also go to discoveruxbridge.com, which is the tourism wing of the township, and they have a whole calendar of events that we put our events on, as well as other local community events. So they can always find something else to do too. Like I know Second Wedge is always putting on live music and having sip and dip things going on there. And I know Springtide Music Festival is coming up, so that'll be listed on Discover Uxbridge too.
Okay, well thank you so much, Caitlin. Great to have you on the show.
Thanks.
We'll be back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
My Uncle Cheney was one of over 150,000 Indigenous children that were taken to residential schools between the 1800s and 1996. My uncle ran away from school wanting to get home to his mom and dad, and sadly he didn't make it and died of exposure. When Gord Downey found out about my late Uncle Cheney's story, he wrote Secret Path, a series of poems that became an album, then a graphic novel, a documentary, and a concert. Gord met my family, and together we formed the Gord Downey and Cheney Winjack Fund. Together we are sharing Secret Path and other reconciliation resources with legacy schools, setting up legacy spaces across Canada, and hosting events like Secret Path Week to inspire all Canadians to engage in reconciliation. Before he left us, Gord asked us all to do something.
You're gonna figure it out.
Will you join us? Together we can make Canada a better place.
welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. I have Peter Daffos, who's a Rogers TV technician. You might even recognize him from the older Rogers commercials. You were so great in those commercials.
Thank you, Jackie.
So fun.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Yeah, you're very multi-talented. So now you're here and you're promoting some Rogers services.
I am. I'm sharing the good love of Rogers, and I have a lot of products to talk about.
Okay, so let's talk about this one first.
Yep.
So basically, there's an opportunity to have Rogers internet, but not TV,
Yep.
and still getting some features. So, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so we have a lot of products right now. You can order all of our products standalone. So we have home phone, we have internet on its own, and you can also get the Ignite TV on its own without the internet and the home phone if you want. We also have this really nice service called Rogers Streaming or Smart Stream. Basically what it is it's targeted for internet-only customers, the people that want to cut the cable and don't want to pay for TV for whatever the reason is. And what it is it gives you all the Ignite TV love, all the apps, the voice remote, and the main thing is you have access to Rogers On Demand. So you have all the latest and greatest movies, thousands of free movies from Rogers, and you get it included with that Smart Stream or the Ignite streaming bundle. So there's a lot of opportunities for customers who don't want TV that can still get a lot of the technologies that we offer. So
very cool.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
So and this is something that's newer. So people, if they currently have Rogers TV internet, they can give them a call
Yep.
and just say,
Yep.
"Hey, what would it take for me to get this new fancy smashy modem?"
Exactly. That's exactly it. Just call
Okay.
the office, call the head office, ask them about Smart Stream or Ignite Streaming, and see what they offer you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Now, home security
Yes.
with Rogers.
Yes.
Okay, this
I'm
is a
excited about this.
doorbell. I've been seeing this lately.
Yes.
Ring someone's doorbell,
Yep.
and then it answers like an answering machine saying, "Sorry, we can't come to the door right now."
Yep,
But
yep,
and you can
yep.
leave a message even
This-
at the door.
Absolutely. So this is our self-protect product. Rogers has started with this. This is a little bit different than our smart home monitoring, which is an all-encompassing security system.
Mm-hmm.
This is our newest technologies. This integrates with the Ignite TV service. We have a doorbell here, which works as standard. You ring the doorbell. Not only can you see it on your phone, but it can also pop up on the big screen. So if you have a beautiful 8500-inch screen TV, you can see all the action on the television, right? Same thing with our camera over here. This is one of our cameras for outdoors or indoors. And it has two-way voice, all right, 24/7 recording. Everything's done on the cloud, so no power outage worries, and everything like that. The thing will still record as provided it still has power, but yeah, it's a beautiful product, and we're excited to start installing it in homes.
You know where I'm seeing this to be, not only with being able to see who's coming and going at your home,
Yeah.
but what about Amazon or UPS drop-offs?
Absolutely.
And if you're not home, then you can talk to them through your doorbell.
Correct.
Say, it's okay,
Yep.
just leave it right there.
Yep.
I can't come to the door right
Correct.
now.
And there's motion detection too. So if someone does come to your door, you're going to be alerted that someone came to your door. If you're worried about what they call porch pirates, so people
Yeah.
stealing the packages off your door, you'll have that added comfort and security that if some of that did happen, that they would be on camera and you'd be able to have some form of action you can take to remedy that, right? So
Yeah.
it's a beautiful product. You lift up the remote, you say on the mic, "Show me cameras," and these things just pop on the big screen TV. So yeah.
Okay, so if you have Rogers Ignite,
Yep.
or if you have or if you don't have Rogers Ignite, basically you need to have at least one package to add this on.
Correct.
Is that,
I believe that's a prerequisite for this.
Okay.
I would get more details if you call the office. They will give me more details. But we are actively installing these as we speak. So
Okay.
they are available. You can visit rogers.com and get all the details there and any promos that are there to be afforded to our customers. And we're just a phone call away. Yeah.
Amazing.
So give us a call and hopefully we can serve you well.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you, Jackie.
So great to have you on the show.
Thank you so much. So nice to be here.
Yeah, well, we'll
Always a
definitely have
pleasure.
you back with more information on the various apps and products and services
Absolutely.
that Rogers keeps on coming up with. We'll be back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
The regulars, the guys who keep this place in business. Last week, they had something to celebrate. Jason had just finished university. So they toasted his profs, his TAs, his old roommates. Well, they toasted just about everyone. But I worry about and take care of my guys. So even when I know they're not driving, sometimes that means bringing them a little surprise. And then they had a drink to me.
Brought to you by Smart Serve Ontario and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
Hello, I'm Liz Dowdsville, Lieutenant Governor of Ontario. In 2008, carbon monoxide, a deadly invisible gas, killed an entire family in our province. That tragedy led to a new law requiring homes with potential CO sources to have alarms. John Gignac's family members passed away that day, and he shares his story to save others.
Please make sure you have working CO alarms in your home. Protect your family today.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. I have local author Gwen Toonmin, who is here to talk about a book that she has just launched, which is called Unrest. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me here, Jackie.
I'm excited to talk to you about your book. It has, when I haven't quite finished reading it, I have to admit it takes me a really long time to read books because I fall asleep right away when I get into bed. I love the characters. Right away, I started really connecting in with the characters, especially Mariah. Mm-hmm. So do you want to give just a little summary about what the book is about?
Sure. The book is a historical feminist adventure set in 1836 Bytown, which we today know as Ottawa. And it follows the story of an immigrant Irish woman named Mariah Lindsay and her headstrong teenage son Thomas. The story follows them on their separate quests to find their rightful place in a world full of class divide and subjugation. Mm-hmm.
Very cool. I think the reason why Mariah, the character Mariah, I really connected with her, it's because with her needing to play small. She felt like she needed to play small, and she had to keep these secrets. And then soon it was just like bubbling out of her. Like, no, I need to, I have every right to be able to live the life that I want to live. You know, so it just feels like a really powerful journey that she goes through. I'd love to know where the inspiration came from.
I think a lot of readers, particularly women, are going to really connect with Mariah's character because she experiences that mounting frustration over having, being blocked from having a safe and fulfilling future. And she has to repress a lot of her emotions, and I think that's a really common experience for us as women. Yes. As for what inspired the novel, it comes from what I learned about my fourth great grandparents who came from a tenant farm in Ireland for a better life in Bytown, where the story takes place. And in the middle of one winter's night, their shanty burned in a fire, burned to the ground. And so my grandfather gathered up his wife and all of their children into a neighboring barn and covered them in straw overnight so they wouldn't freeze to death. And my grandmother was very ill, and she took a turn for the worse in the middle of the night. And he sprinkled whiskey on her lips and whispered, "Martha, my darling, don't leave me." And after I heard that, all I could think about was that story and just wondering what they experienced. And so then I started digging around and I started getting impressions of what was happening in their world at that time. And then the story just started to download in my head like a Netflix movie. Wow. And that's where it came from.
Oh, the story about your grandparents' experience, it just gave me goosebumps coming all the way down.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there was so much happening at that time. There was a great deal of unrest. There'd been, just before my story begins, there'd been cholera epidemics that the people had to grapple with, which is kind of something, not cholera, but we have that recent experience of a pandemic. Yeah. And also there were summer droughts for 2 years in a row. And so there was a shortage of food and people were very frightened and anxious.
Yeah. Can I ask you, what was the hardest part about writing the book?
Oh, sure. So as a historical author, I'm not a historian, but I do my utmost to be accurate with even the smallest things like the locations of buildings. And some of those details were very hard to find. I was able to find, and so some of those details are very difficult to find. And so in the author note, I detail the fictional and non-fictional locations, but that was a challenge.
Okay. Well, that would have been, even though it was a challenge, I'm sure it was an exciting adventure and so satisfying when you found the information.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. It's like a treasure hunt.
Yeah. So are you in the midst of writing any other books right now?
I am actually. I'm writing another historical fiction that examines how women navigated the challenges of their era, and it's also set in Canada, and it surrounds a particular point in history.
Okay, that's very exciting. How long have you been writing for?
I came to writing late, actually. I've probably been writing for about between 15 and 20 years, I would say.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Did you always have this, I guess, passion for writing? Did you find that in high school or college or university? When did that writing start kind of bubbling within you?
Well, I wish I could say that I knew since girlhood that I wanted to be a writer, but that's not really the case.
Okay.
I was an elementary school teacher, and it was during my elementary school career at a workshop about how to inspire children to write stories that I got bitten by the writing bug.
Oh, very exciting. So if anyone would like to get their own copy of Unrest, how can they do that? What's the best way of going about that?
Oh, well, thank you so much for asking. Unrest is available at indie bookshops and also through Amazon and Chapters Indigo.
Okay. And I also want to say congratulations, because I understand that you've been going on different radio interviews and television interviews, and you have been doing such a fabulous job with social media on getting the information out there and building the excitement.
Yeah.
So
thank you for that, Jackie. People are having a really wonderful response to the book, which of course, as the writer, the artist, just really warms my heart.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. It's wonderful having you here.
It's my pleasure. I'm happy to be here as well.
We'll be back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
For 25 years, you've been helping to make our roads safer by doing the right thing. You've been the designated driver, you've stayed over, called home, you've called a cab or a friend, and planned ahead. Let's keep doing the right thing. Support sober driving by getting yourself and your friends home safely.
Do the right thing.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to RogersTV.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at RogersTV.com.
All right, Knights of Columbus TV Bingo right here on Rogers TV every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Your chance to win one of our 4 games, and our grand prize game is worth $5,000 right here on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. So at the end of the show, I like to pull a card or more to offer us some inspiration to assist us with the current energies of the week. So I am pulling cards from my Mermaids and Dolphins deck. And And the card that wants to come out anytime now, there it is the mermail or mermaili. Talk happiness, and happiness will gravitate towards you. So there's some images. I'm just going to bring the card right over here, see if we can zoom in there for you. There's some dolphins there as well. Okay, so what comes to mind, the messages that want to come through for this is your thoughts make a really big impact on your reality. So where your thoughts are is your point of attraction. So, and I noticed this yesterday for myself. All of a sudden this fear came up and my thoughts were revolving around that fear, which was creating more and more anxiety. And I had to find a way to get out of that thought pattern. It's like when you're riding your bike and you're going down the same path again and again and again, and that dirt path, you start getting even a divot going down into the ground, and getting out of that divot into a new path can be tough sometimes, but we can do it. And it's just a matter of either redirecting your thoughts with something positive, with fun music, with a comedy, with doing something that you love, something that's creative to help you get out of that tunnel vision mindset, which can be in that negative thought pattern. We want to get ourselves out of that pattern into something more positive. And as we focus on trusting everything's going to be okay, focus on the evidence that things have worked out for you in the past, that this is potentially just simply a pattern of thought, that once we can notice and get out of it, it'll be easier for us to get out of it again and again and again as we start creating a new groove of positivity, of trusting, of knowing that we can handle whatever life is going to throw us. So that's it for this week. We'll be back next week with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life. And if you want to be on the show, make sure you send us an email, uxbridgescugoglife@rci.rogers.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
We fought our way through Italy and then headed for Amsterdam, sweeping for Germans along the way. Our worst fear was to catch a bullet in these last hours of the war.
I was 15 when the Nazis invaded the Netherlands. More than 100,000 Dutch Jews never came home. Our men were put into forced labor. By 1945, we were starving. The food drops gave us hope. And then the Canadians came.
Before Amsterdam, I couldn't have explained why we were there, all those years away from home, but the Dutch showed us why at night.